What if a single dime in your pocket could make you a millionaire overnight? These are not ordinary coins. They are the rarest dime coins ever struck, each carrying a story of beauty, mystery, and unimaginable value. Stay tuned, because one of these legendary dimes has sold for a life-changing fortune at auction. Welcome to HD Coins World, where every coin tells a story, and some can make you rich beyond belief. Number 1. Have you ever wondered if a small silver dime in your change could be worth thousands of dollars today? Imagine holding a coin that carries the final breath of an American era, the end of one of the most beautiful designs ever struck in U.S. history. The 1945 D Mercury dime is not just silver and metal, it is a piece of American legacy, a treasure that hides extraordinary value in the tiniest details, and one of the last Mercury dimes ever minted before history turned the page forever. The year was 1945, World War II was ending, soldiers were coming home, and the nation was filled with victory, hope, and rebuilding. Inside the Denver Mint, silver blanks were being pressed into the final generation of Mercury dimes, coins that had circulated since 1916 and symbolized the very spirit of liberty and strength. The 1945 D marked the closing chapter of this remarkable coinage series, as by the following year, the U.S. Mint would retire the design forever in favor of the Roosevelt dime, honoring the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Designed by the brilliant sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury dime's obverse features Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, representing freedom of thought. A symbol often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury, which gave the coin its popular nickname. The reverse displays a Roman fasces wrapped with olive branches, symbolizing unity and peace through strength. But for collectors, the real fascination lies in the tiny D mint mark placed carefully on the reverse, right beside the base of the fasces. That single letter is what identifies this masterpiece as being struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the busiest mints of the era. Now, what truly makes the 1945 D Mercury dime stand out among all other issues is its rarity in high grades, especially those with what numismatists call full bands on the reverse. These sharply defined horizontal bands on the fasces are a sign of perfect striking quality, and only a few examples display them fully and crisply. Finding one in pristine mint state condition with these full bands is like discovering a silver diamond among millions of ordinary dimes. Collectors worldwide hunt for this coin because of its beauty, history, and incredible scarcity in top preservation. Millions were minted in 1945, yet most were spent, worn, and melted over time, leaving only a handful of gem-quality survivors. It is this extreme condition rarity that has driven the 1945 D Mercury dime to achieve astonishing prices in auctions, making it one of the key coins in the entire Mercury dime series. There are also a few striking errors that fascinate collectors even more. Some examples display slight die cracks or doubling on the lettering, while others were weakly struck due to worn dies near the end of wartime production. But none are as significant as the true, full bands examples. Those are the ultimate prize, where every detail is perfectly defined, making the coin a work of numismatic art. And now, let us reveal the real, verified auction record that stunned collectors around the world. A breathtaking 1945 D Mercury dime, graded mint state 68 full bands by PCGS, was sold at a major heritage auction for an unbelievable $18,000. That is right, $18,000 for a single dime that once cost only 10 cents to mint. This record stands as a reminder of how powerful condition, rarity, and beauty can be when combined in one legendary coin. Even slightly lower grade examples of the 1945 D Mercury dime can bring hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition, luster, and strike quality. Every collector dreams of finding one in brilliant uncirculated condition, because such coins not only preserve the glory of the Mercury design but also continue to rise in value as years pass. This coin represents the end of an American era, the last shining symbol of liberty before a new age of coinage began. Holding a 1945 D Mercury dime is like holding the heartbeat of history itself, a silver witness to the triumph and sacrifice of an entire generation. So, the next time you see an old silver dime, look carefully at the reverse, search for that little D mint mark, and study those horizontal bands on the fasces. You may just be holding one of the last and most valuable mercury dimes ever made. Thank you for watching HT Coins World. If you enjoyed learning about this extraordinary 1945D mercury dime, remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment below if you have found one or wish to know its real auction value. Stay tuned for more incredible stories of America's rarest coins, real auction prices, and the hidden treasures that may still be waiting in your pocket change today. Number 2. What if I told you that a simple silver dime from 1942 could be worth thousands of dollars today? Imagine holding in your hand a small piece of American history, a coin that has survived the storm of World War II, witnessed a changing nation, and still shines with the same brilliance that captivated collectors for generations. The 1942 mercury dime with no mint mark is not just another old dime, it is a silent treasure from a time when liberty, hope, and craftsmanship were etched into every coin struck by the United States Mint. The year was 1942. The world was at war, and the United States was producing millions of coins to keep the economy moving while vast resources were directed toward victory overseas. Inside the Philadelphia Mint, silver planchets were being struck into the elegant mercury dime, a design that had already become an American icon since its debut in 1916. The absence of a mint mark means this coin was struck in Philadelphia, the oldest and most historic mint in the nation, known for producing some of the finest quality coins in U.S. history, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, one of the greatest sculptors in American coinage. The mercury dime's obverse features Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of free thought and the spirit of freedom that defines America. The reverse depicts a Roman fasces bound with olive branches, representing strength through unity and peace through victory. Every curve, every detail, and every silver surface tells a story of beauty, resilience, and perfection in minting art. What makes the 1942 no mint mark mercury dime so fascinating to collectors is not just its age, but its condition, rarity, and connection to an unforgettable era. During wartime production, the U.S. Mint was working under immense pressure, yet the Philadelphia facility managed to strike coins of remarkable precision and brilliance. Many of these dimes entered circulation immediately, enduring decades of handling, wear, and melting during the silver reclamation periods of later years. That is why finding one today in pristine mint state condition is an extraordinary discovery that fills collectors with excitement and pride. There are also a few intriguing varieties connected to the 1942 issue. One of the most famous is the 1942/41 date, where the number 41 can be seen faintly beneath the 42, a result of die repunching during preparation. While the overdate variety is known for the Denver Mint, collectors also closely examine Philadelphia strikes for any minor doubling or die variations that could make their coin even more special. Every subtle difference adds to the mystery and value of these wartime dimes. For most collectors, the dream is to find a 1942 no mint mark mercury dime with full bands on the reverse, those sharply defined horizontal lines on the fasces that indicate a perfect, powerful strike. Only a small number of coins from the Philadelphia Mint display this feature fully, making them rare and extremely desirable among serious numismatists. These coins reflect the highest quality of the mercury design, untouched by time and handled with care through the decades. And now, the question every collector wants answered: how much is this coin truly worth? The highest verified auction record for a 1942 mercury dime with no mint mark, in extraordinary mint state 68+ condition, reached an astonishing $4,800 at a heritage auction. That is $4,800 for a coin that originally had a face value of only 10 cents. For collectors, that is not just a price, it is proof that history, beauty, and rarity can transform an ordinary coin into a true treasure. Even lower-grade examples of the 1942 mercury dime can bring impressive values depending on their condition, luster, and the presence of full bands. Brilliant uncirculated coins remain highly sought after, especially those with original mint luster and perfect strike definition. And for collectors who appreciate the artistry of Adolph Weinman, owning this coin means holding one of the most celebrated designs in American numismatic history. This coin is more than silver, It is the spirit of a generation that endured war and change while holding on to liberty and beauty. The 1942 Mercury dime stands as a timeless reminder that even in the most challenging times, the United States Mint produced art that inspired a nation. So the next time you find an old silver dime, check closely for the date and the absence of a mint mark, because that small detail could reveal one of the most remarkable and valuable coins from the World War II era. You might just be holding a hidden treasure of American history in the palm of your hand. Thank you for watching HD Coins World. If you enjoyed learning about the rare and valuable 1942 Mercury dime with no mint mark, remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment below if you have one or would like to know its real auction value. Stay tuned for more thrilling stories about rare US coins, real auction prices, and the incredible treasures still waiting to be discovered today. Number 3. Imagine finding an old silver dime in your collection, its surface glowing softly with age, its design still crisp and elegant, and then realizing that this small piece of metal could be worth far more than its face value. The 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark is one of those fascinating coins that hides powerful history, artistic beauty, and collector value within its silver frame. It is not just a coin, it is a living symbol of America's resilience during the Great Depression and one of the most beloved dimes ever produced by the United States Mint. The story begins in the late 1930s, a period of recovery and determination after years of economic hardship. In the year 1937, America was slowly rebuilding, and the Philadelphia Mint was hard at work producing millions of Mercury dimes, elegant little coins made of 90% silver and 10% copper. The absence of a mint mark on this coin identifies it as a Philadelphia issue, struck at the oldest and most historic mint in the United States, known for setting the standard of craftsmanship that collectors still admire today. Designed by the famous sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury dime remains one of the most beautiful coin designs in American history. The obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, representing freedom of thought, a symbol of intelligence and progress that defines the American spirit. On the reverse, a Roman fasces wrapped with olive branches represents unity and peace through strength, a powerful message during a time when the nation was striving for hope and recovery. Every detail, from Liberty's flowing hair to the precise lines on the fasces, was sculpted with meaning and artistry unmatched in U.S. coinage history. Although more than 68 million dimes were struck in Philadelphia in 1937, finding one today in pristine, uncirculated condition is not easy. Most were heavily used in daily transactions throughout the 40s and 50s, losing their mint luster and sharp details. That is why collectors prize well-preserved examples, especially those with full bands on the reverse, where the horizontal lines across the fasces are fully separated and clear. These sharply struck coins are incredibly rare and command high premiums at auctions. What makes the 1937 no mint mark Mercury dime so appealing is the balance between availability for casual collectors and true rarity in top-grade condition. It is a coin that beginners can find and cherish, but also one that advanced numismatists hunt for in superb quality. The higher the grade and sharper the strike, the more valuable it becomes. And this is where the story of this coin becomes truly exciting. The 1937 issue is known for its beautiful luster and strong strikes compared to earlier Depression-era dimes, yet even small differences in detail can dramatically change its worth. Some examples display slight doubling or die fatigue, while others were perfectly struck, creating breathtaking, full bands, specimens that represent the best of the Mercury dime series. These gems are often certified by grading authorities such as PCGS or NGC and are the true treasures that collectors dream of owning. Now, let us reveal the real, verified auction record that has made this coin famous among Mercury dime collectors. A stunning 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark, graded mint state 64 full bands, sold for an incredible $1,800 at auction. That is $1,800 for a coin that originally had a face value of only 10 cents. It is a testament to how beauty, condition, and history can transform a simple piece of silver into a prized collectible that continues to rise in value. Even lower-grade examples of this coin hold value, especially those with original toning or natural luster. The Mercury Dime series is one of the most collected in all of U.S. numismatics, and the 1937 no mint mark issue remains a cornerstone for anyone building a complete set. Each example tells its own story, from the hands that once used it to the collectors who preserved it for future generations. Holding a 1937 Mercury dime is like holding a piece of American determination, a small but shining symbol of hope from the late Great Depression era. It reminds us that even in the hardest times, beauty and craftsmanship endured, and the United States Mint continued to produce coins that stood for liberty and strength. So, the next time you come across a Mercury dime, look closely at the date. If it reads 1937 and shows no mint mark, you may be holding one of the most timeless and desirable pieces of pre-World War II coinage ever made. Thank you for watching HD Coins World. If you enjoyed learning about the 1937 Mercury dime with no mint mark, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment below if you own one or would like to know its true auction value. Stay tuned for more thrilling stories of rare US coins, real auction prices, and hidden treasures that may still be waiting in your pocket change today. Number 4. What if I told you that somewhere out there, a single dime, a coin smaller than your fingertip, could be worth millions of dollars? Imagine holding a piece of silver so rare that only a handful of people in the entire world have ever seen it in person. This is not just a collector's dream. This is the story of the legendary 1894 S. Barber dime, one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint. The year was 1894. The city of San Francisco was thriving as a major minting hub of the American West. Inside the San Francisco Mint, known proudly as the Granite Lady, something extraordinary was happening. Only 24 Barber dimes were struck that year, all bearing the small S mint mark on the reverse. Why only 24? That question has haunted numismatists for over a century and created one of the greatest mysteries in American coinage. Some historians believe these dimes were struck as special presentation pieces for bankers and mint officials, while others claim they were produced to balance the mint's financial records at the end of the fiscal year. Another story, the most famous of them all, tells of the San Francisco Mint superintendent, John Daggett, who gave a few of the coins to his young daughter as a keepsake, telling her to hold on to them until she grew up because they would one day be worth a fortune. That story, whether fact or legend, became the foundation of the 1894 S. Barber dime's fame. The coin itself belongs to the Barber dime series, designed by Charles E. Barber, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. The obverse features the head of Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap and laurel wreath, a strong, classical image symbolizing freedom and dignity. The reverse design is simple but elegant, displaying a wreath of agricultural crops encircling the denomination. One dime, with the iconic S mint mark at the bottom, representing its origin at the San Francisco Mint. Each of the 24 coins was struck from 90% silver and 10% copper, the same composition as other dimes of the era, yet these few pieces would become legendary beyond imagination. What makes the 1894 S. Barber dime so extraordinary is its extreme rarity and nearly mythical survival rate. Out of the 24 that were struck, only 9 are confirmed to still exist today, and a few of those remain locked away in private collections or museum vaults. Each known specimen has a unique history, and their appearances at auction are rare events that send shockwaves through the entire numismatic world. Throughout history, this coin has captured the hearts of collectors and historians alike. In 1957, one example was found in a child's coin collection. It had originally been one of the dimes given to Superintendent Daggett's daughter decades earlier. The discovery reignited public fascination and confirmed the existence of one of the most important coins in American history. When it comes to value, the 1894 S. Barber dime stands among the holy grails of numismatics. These coins have shattered auction records time and time again. One specimen sold in 2007 for an astounding $1,900,000. Another example graded proof 66 by PCGS was sold in 2016 for over $1,997,500. But the most famous sale came later. a breathtaking 1894 Barber dime was sold for an unbelievable $1,995,000, confirming its place as one of the most valuable dimes ever sold in U.S. history. Yes, you heard that correctly. Nearly $2 million for a single dime. That is the power of rarity, beauty, and mystery combined into one coin. It is not just silver, it is a masterpiece, a legend, and a treasure that defines American coin collecting. Even though most collectors will never see one in person, the 1894 Barber dime continues to inspire and fuel the passion of numismatists around the world. Its story reminds us that true treasures can be hidden in the smallest and most unexpected places, even in a handful of change or an old coin jar passed down through generations. So, the next time you pick up an old dime, look carefully at the date and search for that tiny S mint mark on the reverse. While the chances are nearly impossible, the dream remains alive. Because in the world of coin collecting, legends are born from discoveries just like this. Thank you for watching HD Coins World. If you enjoyed learning about the ultra-rare and world-famous 1894 Barber dime, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment below if you love hearing about real auction prices and historic US coin treasures. Stay tuned for more incredible stories about rare coins, real auction records, and the hidden gems that could still be waiting in your pocket change today.